have come here today with product needs or wants, want some knowledge on that. Jennifer probably, I always say, is the go-to person in Shaklee when you want to know something about a Shaklee product. Many of you also are looking at Shaklee as a business. Plan B, supplemental income, and Jennifer, once again, has built just a massive business in Shaklee. She holds one of the highest ranks in Shaklee and is going to be sharing that part of the story as well. So Jennifer comes here almost monthly, so we'd like to say she's starting to feel like this is home. She knows where she's going. She, in fact, went right to the Y with me this morning and went and worked out. She's like, oh, it just feels like home. So, but she does have a family over in Chicago. She's married to Dan and has two amazing children that she has homeschooled all of their life, and she's the elder of her church. Is a very busy woman, but still makes it here every month. So with that, Jennifer, come on up. And I also just want to say one more thank you to Amy for hosting this and your beautiful home and allowing us all to be here.
Thanks so much for that wonderful introduction, Pam. I'm very excited to be here. I love coming back. It does feel like home here. So before we get started, I'd like to just share a little bit about my Shaklee story with you. And some of you have heard it before, but my son was the reason I got involved in Shaklee. He was born in 1992. He was born 3 weeks premature, and he had fluid on the lungs and was just really sick when we brought him home from the hospital. And a friend said that if we would start using Shaklee's cleaning products, that our son would be healthier. And I can remember the hair standing up on the back of my neck. I didn't understand the connection between cleaning products and my son's health, but I loved him enough to try. We had literally spent the first 6 months of his life at the hospital and the doctor's office more than we did at home, so I was looking for any solution. So my friend said, try these Shaklee cleaning products. She was actually holding a bottle of the Basic H at my front door when I came home from the hospital one night, and I wasn't super nice to her, but I took the Tide and the Windex and the Lysol, put it out in my garage, brought the Shaklee cleaners into the house, and my son stopped getting sick. So I had to actually go and apologize to my friend since I hadn't been so nice to her. But you know something, it was a gift that she gave us that transformed our life. From there we started using the personal care products, we started using the nutritional supplements, and our whole family started to see benefits. In 1995, when my daughter was born, she was born into a healthy home, and she's just been much healthier than my son has during his childhood years and her childhood years. But in 1999, my husband Dan lost his job, and so that's where my story changes. I was a Shaklee customer for 6.5 years, loved the products. But in 1999, when my husband lost his job, I decided that we needed to build a Shaklee business to just fill in the gap while my husband was looking for a job, as we call it. So during this short window of time, I fell in love with Shaklee. While he was out looking for his job, which he found something, he absolutely loves what he does, but I fell in love with helping people every day improve their health and also improve their wealth. So that's what we're going to talk about today, the full Shaklee picture. So let me see a show of hands. How many people came here today to learn about the Shaklee products? Okay, awesome. We are going to talk about those. We're going to do some fun demos. How many of you came here to learn about the business opportunity? Okay, awesome. We're going to talk about that as well. So if you're not interested in hearing about money, that would be the time to go to the bathroom, okay? So if you come to Shaklee, you probably are coming because you're looking for something. You're either looking for better health, and Shaklee offers these amazing products that truly transform people's health from the inside and the outside. We have these amazing green cleaners that change your environment. But we also offer you the opportunity to change your financial future. And once again, I've said it a couple of times so far, but I just want to reiterate again, we are going to talk about the full Shaklee picture here today. So would everybody agree that the economy is not doing well? Is there anybody here who thinks it's doing fantastic? No. Well, every time there's been a recession, Shaklee businesses have grown, and the reason is because we're a part of 5 major growing industries. The first industry we're a part of is the green industry. And if Clorox can say they're green, just about everybody these days can say they're green. But Shaklee's been green since 1960. We were one of the first green companies out there, and we're the only company in the world that is climate neutral certified. So we offset all of the carbon emissions, and we don't leave a negative impact on the environment at all, which is truly unheard of. We're also a home-based business, and the Wall Street Journal estimates that 54% of all Americans will work from home in the next 5 to 10 years. So why do you think everybody wants to work from home? What would be some of your thoughts? Why would people want to work from home? Okay, have more time freedom. Anything else? Why would people want to work? Convenience. Yeah, you don't have to get up and go to work every day. I know my husband does have a job, and so we're always working around his work schedule and when can he have vacation time. And you know, you don't own your life in the same way when you don't work from home. Yeah, it's a big difference, isn't it? We're also a part of the beauty industry. Now, how many people here want more wrinkles? Is there anybody? I usually have a jokester in the room, so I don't have a jokester today who's going to raise their hand. Most people don't want more wrinkles, and so Shaklee offers a beauty line that turns back the hands of time about 10 years. And so our skincare is vitamins for the skin, and it really does change your skin. We're also part of the nutrition industry. We're the #1 natural nutrition company in the United States. And people have really shifted from curing disease and going to the doctor and getting a prescription list to prevention. People want to prevent disease. And who better to offer prevention than the #1 natural nutrition company? And then we're also a part of the health and wellness industries, which are the obesity epidemic and age-related health concerns these days. And Shaklee offers products for all of those as well. So Shaklee sits at the center of all 5 of these growing industries, and they're projected to be trillion-dollar industries in the next 5 to 10 years. So how many of you had actually heard of Shaklee prior to being involved or coming to this event? A few folks? What were some of the things that you knew about Shaklee?
It's been around a long time.
It has been, since 1956, believe it or not.
I was a Shaklee distributor 28 years ago.
28 years ago, wow.
About 600 people on my downline.
Wow, it's amazing. 28 years ago, huh?
Yep.
You know, Shaklee has been around since 1956, and people either know us as a green cleaning company or they know us as a nutrition company. And actually, you were a distributor, so you obviously knew about the business opportunity as well.
At that time, it was you had a choice. You either just bought the product or you could buy stock and have it in your house, and that's why I got out of it, because we didn't have computers. And I was delivering, and people were coming to my house to pick it up. And I just finally got tired of it, and I went and got a JOB. I did the exact opposite.
And now you're back.
Now I'm back. Yay.
Yes, yay. Well, Shaklee has a very stable history. We've got a great reputation in the industry, and part of that is because of our strong philosophy. Now, I could spend all day telling you about all sorts of quality controls on our products, because Shaklee has a 0 tolerance for contamination in any one of our products. But I'm going to share a different story with you that you may not have heard before. A lot of you hear me tell the ginseng story, but I'm going to tell a different one today. I'm going to talk about safflower. Safflower comes into our manufacturing facility for a lot of our different products. And Shaklee, when we manufacture products, all of our raw ingredients come into the manufacturing facility, and they test them to make sure that they're pure and that they have all of the nutrients in them that they're supposed to, and that there's no contamination in the product at all. So the safflower came in, it was perfect. Well, in the middle of the processing, all of a sudden it had lead in it. And so Shaklee said, well, you know, what happened? Because Shaklee tests at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the processing. So there was lead in the safflower, so we had to reevaluate the entire manufacturing process, and we were using lead balls to pound the safflower, and the lead was transferring from the ball to the safflower. And so Shaklee changed the entire manufacturing process for safflower in the industry to using ceramic balls now. And so Shaklee is really a leader in the industry, but the thing that I think is really startling is that Shaklee tests at the beginning, the middle, and the end. And a lot of people think that every company tests. A lot of companies will test 1 time a year, and they'll test 1 or 2 batches of their product. Shaklee tests every batch, and that's why we have a 0 tolerance for contaminants. We have this amazing infrastructure behind us at Shaklee, whether you're looking at it from a business perspective or a product perspective. We have all the research and development, we have all the testing, we have customer service centers that you can call to place orders. And to your point earlier, you don't have to carry inventory anymore. Shaklee ships products directly to our consumers. So it is a company that you can feel really good about representing and be really excited to be a part of. So let's talk briefly about what product lines we offer. We have nutritional supplements and herbs. We have our inch loss program called Cinch. We have our personal care products that are vitamins for the skin and vitamins for the scalp. We also have our environmentally safe cleaning products and our water purification. Now, everybody uses products like what Shaklee offers. Would you guys agree? We hope people are brushing their teeth and washing their hair and cleaning their clothes. And if you're not, please don't raise your hand at this point. A good idea not to do that. People are also using vitamin D supplements and calcium supplements and multivitamin supplements. And so people are using products, but they're buying it from the Target, the Walmart, the Walgreens. Maybe they're even going to a GNC. We teach people to use the Shaklee products instead. We teach people why our products are healthier for you and why you're going to get better results. The average Shaklee customer is a customer for 17.6 years. So think about that for a second. Why would somebody buy month after month, year after year for 17.6 years? Why would they do that?
It works.
They like the product.
Right, they like the products and they work. They wouldn't keep buying. Is there anybody here who's used a product for 17 years that you didn't like? No, you stop using it the minute you don't like it, right? Shaklee people love our products, and really that 17.6 years, that number is skewed because there's so many new people that come in every month. And so when we average it out, there's a lot of people who've been in Shaklee for a long time, more than 28 years even. There's people who've been using our products for 40 years plus. So let's talk a little bit about how our business model works. Shaklee offers you the ability to earn cars, cash, trips, and to really make any dream you might have come true. This is what we call our ladder of success. And so on this side over here, the left-hand side, you can see all of the different rank titles in Shaklee. And on the right-hand side, you can see the incomes that were the average incomes at each one of those ranks in 2011. The first level that we help people get to is the director level. A Shaklee director on average earns $10,000 a year, which is about $500 to $1,000 a month. To become a Shaklee director, you go out and you find customers, you find business partners. You can do that as fast as you choose to. We have people who've done it in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years. It really is up to you. I'd encourage you to do it faster rather than slower. The average in our organization is about 3 weeks right now, although we have somebody who just became a director in 2 days last month, so that was a quick one. But you can go as fast or as slow as you choose to. Now, executive coordinator is our career income position, and those folks on average earn $51,000 a year. Now, here in Grand Rapids, would you guys say that $51,000 a year is a career income? Okay. And we'll come back to that $100,000 in just a second. The top rank in Shaklee is something called Presidential Master Coordinator, and on average, those folks make about $597,000 a year. So that's where our millionaires are, people who've been in the business for a while. And we have a new person who's been in the business for 7 years who just reached that rank recently, and he's making a very nice income. If you go from a brand new person to executive coordinator in your first 15 months, you're on something that Shaklee calls the fast track. It just means you're growing faster than the average person in Shaklee. When you do that, there's an extra $34,000 that Shaklee adds. So $34,000 on top of the average income. You'll also be a part of 2 car programs when you're on that first portion of the fast track program, which is 6 years worth of car payments. Is there anybody here who could benefit from 6 years worth of car payments? I think a few folks could. And then there's also a lot of trips that you can earn with Shaklee. Every year there's the possibility of 5 different trips. We have a global conference, and in 2013 our global conference will be in Nashville, Tennessee. Every year we have a family destination trip, and the family destination trip in 2013 is a cruise to the Southern Caribbean on the Celebrity Cruise Lines. You can earn all expenses paid for up to 4 people, so that's why we call it a family destination. We have some folks who are getting ready to leave for the Mayan Riviera. Can I see a show of hands of folks going to the Mayan Riviera? Yeah, quite a few folks here. Very exciting. Are you guys excited? Yeah, of course. All expense paid trips are always exciting. We also have trips out to our global headquarters every year, and so San Francisco is, well, actually our headquarters is in Pleasanton, which is in the San Francisco Bay Area, so of course we have a picture of San Francisco there, and you can earn 2 trips out there, and then every year there's a Top Achiever trip, and in 2013 the Top Achiever trip is to Paris, France. Yeah, exciting. Now there's also a fast track amount of money that you can earn at Key Coordinator, which is another $25,000, and at Master Coordinator another $25,000 there as well. As an organization, we are a group of business professionals that serve, lead, and mentor others to build successful Shaklee businesses. As a team, we have over 100+ years building successful Shaklee businesses. We also have 200+ years building successful businesses in this industry. So if you're looking at why would I join the team, well, you join the team because we've got a complete training program to teach and train you how to build the business. We have weekly support, there's webinars, there's conference calls, there's weekly broadcasts, there's all sorts of things to support you in building your business. Now, this is the point where we talk about money, so if you're not interested in money, this will be the point to go to the bathroom, or you can just stick around and plug your ears, I guess. We don't talk about money to brag in any way, shape, or form. We really talk about money so that you can see exactly what's possible with the Shaklee income. I have been a stay-at-home mom. I've been able to homeschool my kids their entire lives, and in 2011 we earned just over $195,000. This is my husband Dan, my son David, and my daughter Kelsey. And since I have 2 teenagers, they always like me to give you the disclaimer that they look way better in person than they do in this picture. They don't like this photo at all, and they're very upset that it's in here. So I've lodged that with you now, and if you see them, you can tell them I said that for you. You know, Shaklee has offered us the amazing lifestyle of having me stay home, but really to give our kids the experience to travel all expenses paid to 2 places every single year. My daughter always raises her hand whenever it's time for a new trip. She says, well, I'm going, aren't I? She thought for sure she'd go to Bora Bora. My husband overrode that and said, no, he was going to take me to Bora Bora. But you know something, Shaklee gives you the ability to really show your children the world. My kids also have a Shaklee car. I got a Shaklee bonus, and I bought both of my kids new cars so that I could feel good about them out driving on the road. Now, nobody feels good about a teenager driving on the road, but they've got good cars so that they don't have to worry about them breaking down. But that's because of Shaklee. So the Shaklee lifestyle really affords you a different opportunity than if you don't have some of those things from Shaklee. Now, this is Becky Cash, and she lives down in Indiana. She is a senior key coordinator in the organization, and everybody in the family is on the autism spectrum in one way, shape, or form. She's got 6 kids, and they have health challenges, and so they came to Shaklee because they were looking for natural solutions. They found the products, loved the products, and in a very short period of time decided to build a Shaklee business. Shaklee allowed Chris to leave corporate America. He was an engineer with Motorola, and let me just share with you their income increase in 5 years. 2005, they were earning $64,000 with Shaklee. 2010, they earned $167,000. That's a $103,000 increase in a 5-year period for a family that has some social challenges. So if you know anything about autism, there is a big social challenge with those folks being able to communicate and to be in a traditional JOB. But with Shaklee, they were able to succeed, and they've traveled all expenses paid all over the world. They've got a Shaklee car, and it really has changed their life. Now this is Muzaffar Najfi, and he lives out in Minnesota, and he got started in Shaklee back in 2011, February of 2011. Now do you remember when I was showing you the ladder of success earlier and I said go from a brand new person to executive coordinator in your first 15 months? Do you remember that? He went one level beyond that in his first month. And so he's shown here holding his last $25,000 check, which is the last portion of the payouts for the Fast Track program. He's shown here with a picture of his wife and his 2 beautiful daughters out in Bora Bora because he earned all of the trips that year as well. And so a lot of people ask me, how fast can you really go on the Fast Track? Well, you can go as fast as you choose to. He went on the Fast Track and he did it in a month. Now this is Liz Sue. Liz actually worked in a doctor's office and she was really, really sick with an overgrowth of yeast in her body. And the doctors couldn't seem to help her. She was using conventional medicine, unconventional medicine, and when somebody said to her, try the Shaklee products, she thought, well, I'm already on a whole bunch of supplements. How would Shaklee help? But the Shaklee products regained her health. And the doctors noticed so much that one doctor actually gives her referrals still to this day. He refers all of his patients with a yeast overgrowth to her. So she kind of built a business unbeknownst to herself. So she earned $42,000 in 2009. She's been on all expense paid trips with Shaklee, and her income allowed her family to qualify for a higher mortgage, and so they were able to buy a beautiful home, and it was really because of her Shaklee business that allowed them to do that. Now this is Tiffany Stevenson. You can see her with her 3 kids there. She was watching Oprah in 2007. We were actually on Oprah 5 times in 2007, and she got really excited about having safer cleaning products in her home, and that's what Oprah was talking about, and Oprah fell in love with the Shaklee cleaning products that year, and actually gave them away as the favorites that year. So Tiffany was watching the show, decided to buy a Get Clean starter kit, fell in love with the products, and then started building a business. Well, in 2011, she earned just over $9,000. She's been on an all-expense paid trip with Shaklee, and the Shaklee products have helped improve the family health. So I've shared with you a range of incomes, and what I'm going to do now is share with you the big money. This is Helene Bartz, and this is a piece of this story is a little sad, and then there's also a great part to this story as well. Helene's business last year earned just over $279,000. And Helene passed away in June, and we're going to miss her terribly. Absolutely love the woman. She's an amazing woman. She actually built 2 gifted and talented schools in the Chicagoland area with her Shaklee money. She didn't actually need her Shaklee money to live on, so she took her money and invested it in building some gifted and talented schools. But the beauty of this story is that when she passed away, she passed her business on to her daughter, that's her daughter Susan, and her grandson Luke. And so this business offers you generational wealth. So it's not just about building it for yourself, it's about building it for your family and your future. If you choose at some point that you don't want to do it anymore, you pass it on to a child, a sibling, whoever you choose to pass it on to. And you don't get to do that when you retire from another job, do you? When you retire, you can't say, oh, I'd like my son to step in now and get the same pay I've been getting, even though he knows nothing about the job. But in this business, Susan and Luke don't know anything about Shaklee yet. They're learning, but the paycheck is still coming month after month because the business was passed on to them. Now this is George and Dee Dee Shaw, and they're some of the top earners in Shaklee, and you can see in April of 2009, this is a 1-month check, $214,654. 1 month, not the year, 1 month, $200,000. So in Shaklee, you can earn an extra $50 a month, you can earn an extra $1,000 a month, an extra $10,000 or $200,000. It's really up to you. Whatever you might have as far as a dream or a hope, Shaklee can help make that come true. But the only reason that our income opportunity is possible is because of the amazing Shaklee products. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the products, we're going to do some fun demos, and hopefully everybody has a product selection guide. Did everybody grab one of these? If you want to turn to page 25, the green section of your product selection guide, we're going to start with the green cleaners, which is where I started in Shaklee. Now, I told you that the hair stood up on the back of my neck when I first learned about the cleaning products, but I've learned so much about why cleaning products do make an impact in your health since that time. The first thing is that Shaklee products are safe for the home. So what does that really mean? Well, they're safe enough to eat. Please do not go home and eat Cascade or Windex or Tide because you will end up in the ER and you really could die. I mean, they're very dangerous products. Every single Shaklee cleaning product you can consume. Now, they're not going to taste good. I had somebody once say to me, well, it didn't taste good. And I said, well, I didn't tell you it was going to be your treat after dinner, but you can eat them and you won't get harmed. They're safe. But the products also don't have any harsh fumes. So has anybody here ever had to take a big gulp of air out in the hallway, run in and scrub for a while, and then come back out to breathe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? So the Shaklee products, you don't have to worry about that. No toxic fumes. Even our harshest product, which is our germicide, kills 3 times more germs than Lysol, is a very safe product to have touching your skin, to be able to breathe, etc. So the products are safe. They're safe to have around pets, around small children, around elderly folks who might have some respiratory problems. They're also safe for the environment. They biodegrade within 30 days maximum, so they biodegrade very, very quickly. A lot of products in the marketplace take a long time to biodegrade. As a matter of fact, Tide takes 26 years to biodegrade. I was online doing some searching, and it was amazing to find that, because they said the liquid Tide, not the powder Tide, but the liquid Tide takes 26 years to biodegrade. Not the Shaklee. Shaklee biodegrades very quickly. Our products are also highly concentrated. So this is a bottle of the basic H squared. The H stands for household. And if you're looking at your product selection guide, it's in the bottom left-hand corner of that green section. SRP means suggested retail price. So the suggested retail price of this product is what? What do you guys see there? $12.15. Now, this is a concentrate, so Shaklee doesn't sell you the water, we sell you the straight concentrate, and so you mix it in spray bottles. If you were going to mix this for window cleaner, how many bottles of window cleaner would you have to be able to get out of this bottle to make it worth $12.15? That's how many you'd have to get to make it worth $12.15?
Oh, no, 2 drops.
How many bottles of window cleaner? If you're sitting it next to Windex, how many bottles of Windex would you have to be able to make out of this to make it worth $12.15? So really what I'm asking is, how much does Windex cost? 3 or 4, okay? How many do you think? If you know the answer, don't share it, but how many do you think it would be?
5 more than that, right?
A little bit more than, yeah, a little bit more.
5 or 6.
Okay, 5 or 6? What would shock you if I told you? Like, what would be a shocking? 10 would be shocking? How about 5,824? Seems unreal, doesn't it? 5,824 bottles of window cleaner in here, because you use 1 to 2 drops. If you use more than that, it'll streak on your windows. That's the biggest complaint I get, is people will call me and they'll say, you know, you told me it was going to be a great window cleaner. My windows are streaking. And I'll say, well, how much did you put in? They say a swig. Don't do a swig. 1 to 2 drops and no more. And it's really, really a phenomenal product. So would you guys say that that's highly concentrated? $12.15 for 5,824 bottles of window cleaner? It's less than a penny per use. And the products work. They work very, very well. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some fun demos so you can see just how well they work. Who is my demo person? Miss Amy, would you like to come up here? The first demo that we're going to do is we're going to do the Crisco demo. Has anybody ever used Crisco before? Would you guys say that that's greasy? Okay. I'm going to put some grease on your hand. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Okay. So I'm going to put some Crisco on Amy's hand. Amy, just show your hand up there to everybody. Show. Nice little gob of Crisco. Yeah, thank you, Vanna. Now, I'm going to try to do just 1 drop of the basic H squared. This is the toughest part of the whole... Ah, I got 2. Shoot. See, that's a tough thing. You have to be very careful. That's why people do a swig. Okay, now, I'm rubbing it and rubbing it. What's happening?
It's starting to suds a little bit,
Okay,
break apart.
show everybody your hand. It's sudsing a little bit, but not a whole lot's happening. It just seems like I'm moving the grease around her hand, because all of our products need water to actually work. So I'm just dipping my hand. I've got a little glass of water over here. And the water.
Definitely breaking apart for sure.
There it is. Yep. Okay, I'm going to let you wipe it off of your hand, and then give me the paper towel to wipe my finger off when you're done, and let us know how your hand feels.
It's like you can't even feel grease.
Okay, it's a grease cutter. It's actually the best grease cutter that you'll have in your home. So if you have a greasy pan or maybe you have a greasy oven, it works fantastic. So there are some other uses. What are some other uses everybody in here has used Basic H for? What? Insect repellent. It's a phenomenal insect repellent. What are some other things you guys have used it for? Jet dry. To mop, yep. So you can mop your floors with it. You can put it in the dishwasher as jet dry. You can wash your fruits and veggies. In your garden. Why do you put it in your garden, Lisa?
Kills the insects. It makes the soil more porous, so it takes the water. And it also is like a plant food.
It is. It makes your plants
Better
work.
than Miracle-Gro.
Yep, they'll grow. So roses are going to grow really well. If you actually wash your car in the grass, if you drive your car in the grass and wash it with Basic H, the grass will be really, really green in that one spot.
Yep.
Because it makes the water wetter, so it goes down deeper into the roots, and so the plant system works better, which is just exciting. You can wash your fruits and veggies with it, right? So it's safe enough to wash your fruits and veggies, safe enough to put on your skin to repel mosquitoes, and yet it's strong enough to actually strip wallpaper. It's one of the best wallpaper strippers out there. So if you've ever, has anybody ever peeled wallpaper off before? It takes forever. You just spray it on and the whole thing just falls off the wall. It's awesome. Next, we're going to do a Basic H squared wipe demo. So Amy, I'm going to bring you back. Now, guys, you probably don't know this, but lipstick is really greasy. Okay, so the guys may not know this. The ladies probably do know how greasy lipstick is. So just write on this mirror anything you'd like to write, as long as it's something nice. Oh, Mexico. Let me think what you're getting ready for. Okay, I'm going to let you just take a paper towel here and just try and wipe that off and let me know what happens. So what do you guys see happening? Smearing all over, yes. Okay, I'm going to give you the lipstick back. I'll take your paper towel. And this time we're going to use the Basic H squared wipes. The wipes are just Basic H in a wipe form. And they're nice thick wipes. I'll trade you, thank you. Now, show everybody what happens with the wipes. Basic H squared wipes just take that grease right off. Awesome, thank you. So the Basic H squared wipes are going to be used for fewer things because obviously you're not going to, well, I guess you could wipe your arms. A lot of people do take it to wipe their arms to repel the mosquitoes. But there's a lot of things like you can't use it for jet dry, but it's just a convenience product that you can wash your cabinets with, you can do your countertops, you can do a lot of different things, dust with it. And so you're going to love that product. Now the next product we're going to touch on is our Nature Bright, which is a whitener and brightener. And so this product you can use instead of Clorox bleach. If you are using if you have clothes that have a lot of stains, maybe you have kids and maybe they get grass stains, maybe they get chocolate stains, blueberry, all sorts of stuff. Does anybody have kids with stains? Just a few? I'm going to put some iodine or betadine here in the water. And everybody always freaks out when I put a whole lot in there, but I'm going to. Iodine or betadine is a very difficult stain to get rid of. Now I'm just going to take a little pinch of the Nature Bright and I'm going to put it right into the glass here. Now Nature Bright is an enzyme, so it eats up the stains. No matter what kind of a stain you have, it'll take care of your stain. So even if you have washed and dried and maybe even ironed your stain, you're going to find that the product is just going to eat up the stain. So for us, I've had so many different items, even dry clean only items that we've been able to get stains out of with the Nature Bright. Oh, come on folks, where are my oohs and my ahs? Yeah. Isn't that a great demo? And so the product works very well. It's going to look like a glass of water when we're done because it's just going to break down into hydrogen and go right back into the environment. So I'll leave that out here so you guys can watch that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pass around the scour off. This is my favorite product. I always have to smell it. I'll start it over here for you. And this is our heavy duty scouring paste. That's one of our really good scouring things. Like you use it instead of Comet or Ajax, and you can clean grout with it. You can clean shower tiles, all sorts of different things. This is the product that when I was passing around, somebody dipped their finger in and ate it because they said it smelled so good to eat. But once again, they are not going to taste really good, okay? I've warned everybody that. They're not going to taste really good. Okay, the last thing I want you to do is just look at your product selection guide and look at the top there because you can see that is an entire Get Clean starter kit. So I recommend that people start with all of the different cleaning products, and this gives you a chance to start with all the different cleaners. Why would somebody want to start with all the cleaners? You know, you've just seen some fun demos, and I have a lot of people say to me, well, I'll try the Basic H, or I'll try some of the Nature Bright. What I'd like you to do is to think about the last time that you were at the grocery store. Okay, so does everybody remember the last time you were at the grocery store? How did you know you were at the cleaning product aisle?
You could smell it.
You can smell it. Now, why can you smell it when all of the lids are on them and they all have seals on them?
Outgassing.
Right. All of the products outgas. So if you have any products in your home that are cleaning products, they're outgassing. So it does affect your health, and I was shocked when we just changed the cleaning products, everybody's health in our family improved. So it wasn't just my son, everybody had health improvements, and Dan and I, my husband, were really shocked because we didn't realize we were having all these negative health effects. So changing brands and changing to the Shaklee Get Clean Starter Kit is also going to save you a lot of money. If you would go to Walmart and just purchase the same amount of cleaning power that's in this pack, you can see the little green bubble up in the corner. It says $3,400. So you would actually save a lot of money. This kit is right around $100 at member price, and I'll explain membership at the end. So you'd save $3,300 just buying this kit. So you save money, it's safer for the home, safer for the environment, and they actually work. Are there any questions? No? Okay, we're gonna move on to water. How many of you drink water? Hopefully everybody drinks some water here. It's a good thing to do. Shaklee has a beautiful water pitcher. It's in the last page of your product selection guide, so it's still in the green section, the very last page. This water pitcher is, it would be a replacement for something like the Brita or the Pures, if anybody's ever had a Brita or a Pure pitcher. If you ever had a Brita or Pure, you know that the filter that you throw away is about this big. And so Shaklee has helped us be more sustainable and more green by making a reusable housing case. So on the slide here you can see there's actually a filter. The filter goes inside. The filter is made from crushed coconut shells. And then you put the lid on here and you can reuse this over and over and you just get a new filter. Our filters last twice as long as the Britas and the Pures. And our filter also takes out lead and a whole host of other contaminants that are not taken out of the other water pitchers. Actually, we take out more, I think it's 6 times more contaminants than the other pitchers. This also fits in a Brita and a Pure pitcher. So, you know, the Britas and the Pures, they have the holes in the top. And so our container fits in there. So you can help somebody with a Brita and a Pure pitcher have healthier, cleaner water just by having them buy the 2 pieces, the filter and the housing case. The thing that I love about it, though, is the convenience piece. And that's that there's a counter on the top. Every time you open it up to fill the water, it counts. And so then you don't have to, you know, mark it on your calendar or have it, you know, on the bottom. A lot of people put tape on their pitcher to try and mark when they need to change the filter. But this tells you, it'll get to this red. It'll tell you that you've used 80 filters or it's had 80 gallons and it's time to change the filter. And it makes it very, very convenient. And of course, it's a beautiful, beautiful pitcher. Now the next thing we're going to touch on is our skincare line. Vitamins for the skin, and that's in the lavender section of your product selection guide on page 19. Now this is where guys tune me out, but guys, you guys need healthy skin too, okay? How many of you in here, how many guys use the skincare line or use a skincare line? Oh, I notice how oh, we can totally tell Tim. Tim just kind of puts his hand up like this. He doesn't want to tell. right, the finger. He's like, yeah, I do. Yeah, not many guys do. The skincare line that Shaklee offers has cleansers and toners. We've got eye treatments and all the different things that you'd expect. But I'm going to talk about our 2 repair products because these make the most dramatic difference. And guys, these would be the 2 products I would recommend that you don't do without, that you absolutely have. So this is our Time Repair AM. This has SPF 15 in it. And this product, from an anti-aging perspective, reduces fine lines and wrinkles by 421% in just 4 weeks. It's clinically proven to do so. It'll help with redness on the skin. If you've got any age spots, it's a phenomenal product. The C+E Repair PM is our nighttime cream, straight vitamin C and vitamin E. This, from an anti-aging perspective, really helps with the skin firmness and your skin elasticity. So your skin will be more firm and more elastic by 154% in just 4 weeks. So between the 2 products, you'll actually look like you've had a facelift. Now we had a guy named Walt Wernley who was 60 years old down in Florida who decided to do half of his face with the entire skincare system. And so he put it on for 7 weeks. Well, he was at church one Sunday and some people came up to him and said, "Did you have a stroke?" Because one side was so lifted and the other side was so droopy. And so he called me and he was freaking out. He said, well, how do I fix this? And I said, well, I guess you're gonna have to do the other way. You're gonna, for 7 weeks, I don't know how else to fix it. But he really looked like he'd had a stroke. Now from a health benefit perspective, this product has helped people with basal cell carcinoma. So that's the preliminary stages of skin cancer. Because it's straight vitamin C and vitamin E, you just put it on whatever spot you have on the face or on, on your arm or wherever, and it'll help heal that spot. It also gets rid of skin tags and moles. And I'm one of the people who got rid of a mole. My doctor, still to this day, we argue about it, but my doctor took the picture of the mole, he drew it in the chart, and he said it was changing shape and changing color, and he was concerned about it. And so I just started putting it on twice a day, just thinking, okay, I'll just see what happens before I would go have surgery. And the mole raised up and fell off. And the doctor still says, well, you can't get rid of a mole. And I said, well, it's not there anymore. And thank goodness he's the one who took the picture and drew it in the chart, because if I had done it, he would be telling me I made it up. But the products really work, and they're very healing and very nourishing. So any questions about the skincare? Yes?
We got rid of my mom's skin tags too.
Oh, awesome, awesome. In a week. That's fantastic.
How about makeup? Are they ever thinking about bringing the makeup line back?
We had a makeup line. It was not a big seller. A lot of people didn't buy it on a consistent basis. So Shaklee is looking at it. We are constantly trying to see if we can reformulate, but at the moment there's no plans for that.
Okay.
My father-in-law is 72. He has quite oily skin. He's got like flaky skin at the same time and quite red cheeks.
Okay.
He started using those 2 products, and they were just ranting and raving how awesome they were. And he's like, you gotta talk about these products because they work that good. So he was very excited, and he loves to talk, so it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's very good. And so now you're even walking around as a billboard saying, hey, I use skincare. Is that what you're doing?
My father-in-law does.
Oh, okay, but you don't. See, we got to get Tim to come out of his shell over here. Yes?
So on the skin tag, do you use both of them?
No, on the skin tags, you really only have to use this. The redness would be helped by this. So the Time Repair AM has the SPF 15 and really helps with redness and fine lines and wrinkles. The C+E is straight vitamin C and vitamin E, and so from a skin tag perspective, the moles, the basal cell carcinoma, this is the product.
And all the ingredients are natural?
the ingredients are natural. We have no parabens in here. It's vitamins for the skin. Okay. So now we're going to move on to talking about how we eat on a regular basis. Does everybody in here eat exactly the way you're supposed to every day? That sounded a little sarcastic. Has anybody ever been to this company before? Have you ever seen this, the Golden Arches? A few people, nobody's been there before? No. What is it? Yeah. Well, I have had my cheeseburger since February 11th of 2001. So I've had it for 11 years. And there's no mold on the meat or the cheese. Now, if everybody was on Facebook in the past couple of months, there was the whole pink slime expose that they had on there. And so I'm sure there's pink slime in this. Obviously, 11 years ago, they weren't talking about pink slime, so I'm sure this is all pink slime. But when you think about products or food that we're eating that doesn't mold, that really can't be food. If you put a tomato on your counter, that would grow mold, right? If you didn't eat it soon enough. I had somebody in my organization who said, well, I'm not sure if you made a regular burger, what would happen? So she just took ground beef, she went out and got, fresh cheese, she put that on the top and had just a regular bun. In 4 days, it had mold on it. She had cooked it and set it on the counter just to see what happened and see the comparison. So we eat a lot of processed food. I'm not sharing this McDonald's burger to bash McDonald's in any way, shape, or form. I'm sharing it because we eat a lot of processed food. Today, well, actually, it's early in the day, so yesterday, did anybody here eat something out of a box or a bag or a can or something that was processed? Maybe not? No? Good. That's good. So you could have said I ate like I was supposed to yesterday.
I did. I had steak.
Okay, well, steak. Homemade French fries, no. I think a lot of us as a nation are eating just way too much processed food. We're also eating too much sugar. This is a 1 pound container of sugar. The average American consumes about 183 pounds of sugar a year is what I had been saying. That's the number I had seen, the statistic. And then recently I was doing some more research to just keep the numbers up to date, and they say now it's 212 pounds of sugar. Wow. Think about that, 212 pounds of sugar a year. And that's not the junk food junkies. They actually even said in the article that that wasn't people who drank soda. So I thought, my goodness, can you imagine? Because there's a lot of sugar in soda. So we eat way too much sugar, we eat way too much processed food, and as a nation, our health is really suffering. One of the ways that we're suffering is that the obesity epidemic is really taking over our country. And Shaklee offers a cinch inch loss program that transforms your health. It's not only designed to help you lose weight, but it helps you lose weight in a healthy way, make lifestyle changes, and then maintain the weight loss. Shaklee's not about lose the weight and then gain it all back, because that certainly isn't healthy. It's about lose the weight, keep it off, and maintain your health. So we have a complete program here, and we call it the Transformation Pack, which has meal replacements, where there's snack bars, there's a tea, there's a multivitamin in there. And so if you're interested in learning more about that, please talk to the person who invited you here today, because we've got a great program. But we also offer a lot of different nutritional supplements that help really heal the body from a natural basis. Now, a supplement is a supplement. We're supposed to eat healthy, and most people here said that we didn't eat the way we're supposed to eat. But we're all trying, right? Would you guys say we're all trying? Is everybody trying to get their 7 to 9 fruits and veggies every day? Trying real hard? Some people aren't trying. So if we're not doing that, we need to make sure we get the nutrients that we need. So I'm going to talk about 4 products, and Shaklee, in our blue section of our product selection guide, all of the blue is all the different nutrients, and we have over 338 products in the entire product selection guide. So I'm not going to go through every single one, obviously, but if I touch on some things that aren't of interest to you, I apologize, but these are the things that most people are looking for as far as nutrition, and just know that we have all the other different supplements that you may need if we don't touch on the ones that you were hoping to hear about, and I can always answer specific questions. We're going to start with the Vitalizer strip. This is a blister strip of vitamins that really fills in the gap of everything that you might need that the doctors are recommending. It starts with a green vitamin in the center there, which is our multivitamin. The multivitamin is clinically proven to increase bone density, clinically proven to increase your immune system, and it's the fastest dissolving multi on the market. Now, why do you care how fast it dissolves? The #1 problem with porta potties is undissolved vitamins. So think about that for a second. So people take their vitamin, comes out the other end, and it hasn't broken down. And that's the #1 problem with porta potties. So people are taking a lot of supplements that aren't doing anything for them. This breaks down, and we know that it breaks down very quickly. The red guy here is our CEO, the carotid E omega complex. So the carotenoids are your 7 to 9 fruits and veggies. There's actually 26 different antioxidants in here. So if you're not eating all your fruits and veggies, you take this every day and you're taken care of. There's also vitamin E in here. E is for everything, your hair, your skin, your nails, and your heart. And then there's omega-3. And I'm sure you've heard about omega-3. Omega-3 helps lower triglycerides, it lowers cholesterol, it's really good for skin conditions, and it's also an anti-inflammatory. Now there was a recent study in the past week or so that was talking about how omega-3s don't help in the body. Omega-3 is one of those products that has very, very high levels of contamination in a lot of the products, and so that really impacts research studies that are done with the products. Remember how I said earlier that Shaklee has a zero tolerance for contaminants? We have no contamination at all in our omega-3 product. In 2010, the top 10 manufacturers of omega-3 products were sued for having high levels of PCBs and mercury in their product. Those are the products that they're using in these research studies. They're not using the Shaklee. In the Shaklee studies with omega-3, we've seen lowering of triglycerides, lowering of cholesterol, helping with skin conditions, and so our product makes a big difference in your health. The yellow guy here is our B plus C complex. The B vitamin is your happy pill. It reduces stress, it increases energy, and it reduces cravings. Is there anybody here who has any stress? Everybody has stress, right? Anybody have cravings? A few of us, yep. So it helps with all of those things. So you want your B every day. And then vitamin C is in here as well, and that helps your immune system. The little guy on the end is the probiotic. So if you've ever been on antibiotics before, the doctor tells you to take probiotics, or they tell you to go eat a lot of yogurt. This is the equivalent of 2,000 cups of yogurt in terms of how much good bacteria is in here. Now, Shaklee guarantees live delivery to the colon of our probiotic. It's the only product on the market that I know of that guarantees live delivery to the colon. So it gets exactly where it's supposed to go, and it does what it's supposed to do. It helps with digestion and your immune system. So this little strip right here has been clinically proven to change your health. If you take this product, it's actually been written up in a research study that it will change your health. And we could spend all day talking about it. It's something that's called the Landmark Study. If you want more details about that, I'll be glad to answer that at the end. Now, this is our Cinch Shake. So this is a part of the inch loss program that we were talking about earlier. This product has high levels of leucine in it, so the leucine helps your body retain muscle and lose fat. Now, you might have thought, well, why isn't she talking about that on the weight loss page, and is it only for weight loss? You know something, I think this is the best breakfast, lunch, or dinner you could have every day. I highly recommend people have one of these every single day because of all of the health benefits. There's high levels of protein in here, there's high levels of fiber, a third of your daily value for your vitamins and minerals, and then that leucine really helping your body retain muscle and lose fat. How many of us would like to have more muscle and less fat? I mean, I can't think of anybody who wouldn't want that. So yes, makes a big difference. Comes in chocolate, vanilla, cafe latte, and strawberry. I love to play with the different flavors. You can throw some fruit in there and make a smoothie. I have one of my people in my organization, one of my customers who loves vegetables, and she takes the vanilla and just throws kale and spinach in there with the vanilla, and she says it's absolutely outstanding. So it's really quite yummy.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Now, the Vitalizer and the Cinch have been studied with people who work out 3 times a week. So if you take these 2 products and work out 3 times a week, people were lowering their blood pressure, increasing their bone density, and increasing their muscle mass. So there's a lot of research on these products. Now, how many of you want to get sick this season? Is anybody saying, please sign me up for the flu? Anybody? No. Of course not. No one wants to get sick. Well, Nutriferon is our immune support product that helps prevent getting sick. Now, the reason it does that is because if you have an underactive immune system and you're getting sick all the time, it brings it up into balance. But if you have a hyperactive immune system, it's too high, it's an autoimmune disease, asthma, allergies, lupus, MS, brings it back into balance. This is our anti-cancer product because cancer is an immune system malfunction. There was a doctor who created this product, and he also created interferon, which is the anti-cancer drug. Interferon, though, has a lot of negative health effects, all sorts of side effects that people just can't seem to stay on interferon. So Dr. Kojima, the doctor who created interferon, spent 40 years of his career trying to create a natural version of interferon, and he created this product. He gave Shaklee the world exclusive rights and the world patent. So we're the only company that can manufacture this product, and it is an absolutely astounding product. It was recently studied at Cornell University and shown to prevent the flu. Now, this product is Vivix, and how many of you are drinking red wine so that you can live longer? Does anybody have their little bottle of red wine that they're carrying around with them? Yeah, please raise it. Yeah, you're just drinking it. What you're trying to get from the wine is resveratrol. This is our resveratrol product. It's actually 10 times more powerful than resveratrol alone. Lots of benefits. It helps at the cellular level with all of the aging processes, the 4 key mechanisms of aging. And a lot of people think, well, gosh, that sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo. So what are the health benefits? Well, people are getting rid of aches and pains. People are getting memory back. People have lowered their blood pressure, lowered cholesterol. People have seen a difference in inflammation. There was actually a study that was done with this product and Burger King breakfasts. Now, I don't know if anybody in here has ever had a Burger King breakfast, but they got the big super meal that was a 910 calorie breakfast, and they gave it to the control group, and then they gave it to the group that also got the Vivix. The people who just had the control so they just ate the Burger King breakfast, their inflammation shot off the charts because that created a lot of inflammation in their body. The people who had the Vivix, it was a slight little increase in inflammation, but then it came down lower than where it started. So that means you could actually eat unhealthy and take the Vivix and be healthier afterwards. But please don't do that. Let's try and eat healthy. And just think about what would happen if you actually really ate healthy all the time and took the product, how much healthier you'd be. But we have people who couldn't get a spoon from their plate to their mouth because they had horrible tremors and the tremors were gone. We have athletes that have used the product. Pam, do you want to just say anything about how that's impacted your workouts?
Absolutely. Well, what it really targets is the mitochondria. It will actually repair your mitochondria. When you're putting all that hard force on your body, your mitochondria gets damaged. And personal trainers perk right up when you talk about how you can actually repair that mitochondria. And that's exactly what it does, is it increases that.
And so how did that help you with working out?
It helps with endurance.
But you personally?
I had PRs, personal records,
right,
and everything I did.
Absolutely.
Grew older.
And grew older. No, your cells are younger though because of the product. There are a lot of athletes that use the product to increase their endurance. My sister runs 50-mile trail races, and she's actually training right now for a 100-mile trail race. I don't know who does those things except for her. I mean, I know there's people out there that do it, but this product, along with the Shaklee Energy Chews, took a minute off of all of her miles with her running. So she's just feeling fantastic and just keeps going. So the products are awesome. Now let me tell you a little bit about some of the customer memberships. And if you're looking at any page in your product selection guide, you can see that there was an SRP, which was suggested retail price. There's also the MP, which is member price. That is 15% off of the retail price of the products. Membership is typically $19.95. If you're intrigued with the Vitalizer and you're not a Shaklee member, if you buy the box of Vitalizer, your membership is free. And so you'll get that, you don't pay the $19.95, but you still get to save the 15% off of the retail price of the products. If you would put a couple of the products on something that Shaklee calls an auto ship, that means they come every month so that you don't run out of product. You make sure you have it in your home and you're able to take it. If you would put these two products on a monthly auto ship, you'd save 10% on the price of these products, and you'd get a canister of Cinch, whatever flavor you choose, for $10. That's a great, great deal. If you put all four of these products on a monthly auto ship, you'd save 10% on the price of all four of the products, and then you'd be able to get a coupon for $10, and you could pick any product in the catalog up to $100 in value to get a free product. So lots of customer benefits, and if you have more questions about that, talk to the person who invited you here to make sure you get exactly what you came to get. Shaklee also has some business packages. So if you were sitting there, you know, as we walked through the money and we talked about the fast track program and cars and trips and all those fun things, and you were thinking, gosh, I'm really intrigued with that, Shaklee offers the Gold Ambassador Mission Packs, which is the best way to get involved in the business. Now there are 3 gold packs here, and I'm just going to walk you through these 3 packages. The first is the Super Gold package. For $750, you get all of our starter kits. So you would get the complete prescription for a healthier life, this is what we just talked about. You get the entire skincare system, the entire Get Clean starter kit, which is all those cleaning products, and the entire Cinch starter kit, which is the weight loss program. So that's one way you can get started. You could also come in with our $299 gold pack, which is just the prescription for a healthier life, a bottle of the Basic H Squared, so our cleaning product, and 2 spray bottles. But the best package is right smack in the middle. For $599, you get over $850 worth of product value. So you're able to try a whole bunch of products. You get some of the cleaning products, you get the prescription for a healthier life, some of the skincare, and some of the Cinch. So lots and lots of product. But from a business building perspective, Shaklee is going to plant 5 trees in your honor to offset the shipping of the carbon emissions. So that's our green mission. You're also going to get a website for free for 6 months, so you can get your business off the ground. It'd be really hard to have a business these days without a website, so you get that here. You would also be able to make money all 7 ways that we make money in Shaklee, and you can participate in the Fast Track program. If you're not a Gold Ambassador, you can't participate in Fast Track, you can't enroll people internationally, and Shaklee is an international business, and so there are so many benefits, and you get all the products to try. Once you start trying and experiencing the products, you have product stories that you can go out and share with other people, and it really makes a difference in getting your business off on the right foot. So I would highly recommend that people consider coming in as a Gold Ambassador. Now I just want to say thank you so much for everybody staying awake. I always love when I get to the end of the presentation and no one's snoring or nodding off. So hopefully it was a good presentation and everybody learned a lot of information. What we'd like to do now is just make sure that you get whatever you came to get information on. So if you have questions for me specifically, I'll stick around to answer any questions. Talk to the person who invited you here and make sure that you get enrolled either as a customer or as a business partner. And I really look forward to saying thank you and welcome to Shaklee. So thanks so much. You're welcome.